Yes, absolutely. Very good. Topic is agriculture, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Let's finish on that. Tell me the last heading in which I left you guys on that. So, did we start with food crops and cash crops? Just check.
We did millets last week.
Millets is there. Did I give a question on why millets are regarded as poor man's food crop? No? We will be starting. We'll be starting that only. So put the heading in your notebook, millets first. Right up. In your notebook only you write millets. But that is a board pattern question there. Includes jowar, bajra, and ragi. Everyone write down this heading and quickly copy down this. Find it, the attendant, everyone. Anybody left? Ramdeep, Tanish, there is an attendant should be active. Pass it. Devansh is left active. Millets are regarded as, next sentence. Millets are generally regarded as poor man's food crop. Poor man's food crop. Because of the following reasons. Regarded as poor man's food crop because of the following reasons. In somewhere in exam holiday time, somewhere present on that. This food crop, and that too why poor man's food crop. I think when you remember, we have done rice, correct? We have done wheat. So this is 1/4 of the total production, correct? This is 1/6 of the total production. Rice, everybody knows this is number 1 food crop in India, correct? And this is number 2 food crop in India. Why this millets is number 3? I think this everyone understand what is this. There are some reasons behind it. If you could see that particular page in which they have written all the 3, staple food for poor. Any guesses why this is so? First of all, is it the staple food for poor? What is the other meaning of the word staple? It is food for the poor. You accept? And why the staple word is written? So write that in the bracket, main food for the poor. The staple means that. So I'm just writing. Anyway, we will write that points there. Just understand the right. It's very popular. First thing, the requirements in comparison to, correct? Comparison to what? Rice and wheat, correct? This is very less. Can you tell me the requirements of rice and wheat? First, it requires water. Do you think it requires too much of water? No need. 30 to 40 centimeters is enough. What else? Fertilizers, fertile soil, correct? Maybe they need even machines, big machines. Jawar, bajra, ragi ke liye wo sab zarurat hai. So do you think even a poor ag farmer can grow this? Can grow this? So that is the first point. Second point we say price wise. Say price, I can divide this price into one is cost, which is to the farmers. Correct? Is it very costly or is it very cheap?
Cheap.
Cheap. Even the seeds they buy, fertilizer they don't need too much. And why I'm saying price, this is prices for the consumers. And if I say average price of any good rice or wheat, as far as today, 60 rupees rice per kg. You say good quality, 70, 80, 100. Wheat, maybe 40, 50, something. Anybody has purchased this millets? How much it per kg cost you? Hardly 25, hardly 30. या कभी कभी 40 अगर बहुत अच्छा क्वालिटी है. It will not go beyond 40. So it is both low cost for a producer, that is a farmer, and consumer like you and clear. What else you think it makes?
Less labor.
So labor requirement as compared to rice and wheat is also less.
Let's go on almost every step. Like
Acha, any type of soil, very good. And besides that, what else I want to show? There is something called as nutritious value. I mean, nutritious in your textbook, they have mentioned nothing but something called as roughage. What is what roughage means?
Fiber.
Which is rich in millets, especially not in rice or wheat. So these are the points you have to write down. I think I have given. Write down those who are today only attending. Due to this, it is known as poor man's food crop. So utna yaad. So next to that, the next crop. First copy down this. Still you have a query, please ask me. Next to that, where we have to put more time and effort, it is something called a sugar cane. Did you see sugar cane? It's on page number 73 of your volume. Please keep the volume ready and keep a pencil ready. Done this. What was the last crop then, my dear?
coffee.
Okay.
Oh, tea and coffee are finished.
Yes.
Then this horticulture, apple, mango, you can run through. That is not going to be a detailed one. I'll be directly starting rubber, which is more important for your exam point of view. Okay. Anyone, if you have a query before my second lecture is also minus, so you can check with me. Now come to rubber. They have said it requires underline hot and humid climate. Now, if I say put rubber, is it a cash crop or a food crop? Sure, na? So what is the importance of a rubber according to you?
Almost every.
Yes. People told me, sir, it is tires, tubes, or be it. Yes, big electrical industry, big transport industry. Without rubber, you can't even think of it. So when we say rubber, the problem is that it is the trees, correct? Generally, we call it as rubber trees only. And then if you have seen in pictures or any videos, there is a semi-liquid fluid, which is white in color, sorry, which is called as latex. Trees are very tall enough and it has to be in the branches, they have to be cut very carefully. And when this latex is taken to a factory, normally rubber factory, then it is through chemical process. So normally we have a state called Kerala in India. Other states also do. But Kerala is one specialized where one particular part of Kerala is only for which trees? Which is the original homeland for rubber? Any idea? From where this rubber has been? Have you heard about a country called Malaysia?
Yes.
a British traveler seemed to be enjoying holidays there. And one local fellow was playing with, what do you call it? Some black color substance which was bouncing up and down. But he seems to be interested in that particular material. And he gave some money to that small boy and took that rubber and he tested in a laboratory. Then he came to know that this is something this. So there starts the invention of rubber. Understood? So that is what we are going to go ahead. So underline that rainfall more than 200. Temperature above 25. So it is normally it requires hot climate, correct? Come to next para. Areas. Open bracket from Kerala, TN, Karnataka, Assam. That's enough. 4 states. Come to the usage. Latex of a number of different species. Rubber tree. Used for open bracket. Manufacture of tires and tubes. That's enough. India, underline, 5th largest producer. Anywhere you have a query? Sure. Next we are going. With this, one more crop they will ask you time and again. Why this is special for you and me? Because it thrives well on black soil. Correct? So is it Maharashtra? Yes. Is it cotton very important? Yes. Why? If you study history also, Bombay was one of the major cotton textile company manufacturing industries. But it was produced in Mumbai or Maharashtra only. So what is this cotton? Except that there is one small line will come. 310 days of did anybody find frost free? What is this word frost? Anybody? Sorry. Maybe number. I'm sorry. 200. If you see frost, these are that small particles of ice, like not even snow exactly. You have seen this cotton trees now. Cotton trees have bales now. They say these are the size of the bales. We say understand like this. Now let me explain. This is from trees, you'll get it. Okay. If you have seen the plants of cotton, and you'll have something like this. In videos, you might have seen that, and it pops out. And there are 3 or 4 small balls like, and majority work is done by hand only. Whereas of a tree you see something like this. Just bear with my diagram. Okay. And then you can see this green color substance hanging from the tree. And when it falls down, you might have seen this is exactly becomes brown in color. Green color. You understood what I'm saying? And then you might have seen the small. These are cotton seeds. Okay. And to be very frank, this long staple cotton is considered to be the best quality cotton. And this is medium staple. And this is no doubt short staple. And in India, this is very less. Okay. So we thrive on this and this. But now we have this plants, open field. And just think this 2-1 days of frost might dampen the cotton. You know what I mean by dampening? And it can help the growth of what? That green color big insects or something. And that insects, one plant might develop within few weeks, it can eat away the entire. So that is why only during the busting season, there should be no frost. Samajh mein aaya? Absolutely clear. Now let us go into cotton. Well and underline. Drier parts of black cotton soil. Light rainfall. And underline that. Very important. 210 frost free. And underline 6 to 8 months. Then you go ahead, tropical and subtropical, come directly down. Open bracket from Maharashtra, UP, Gujarat and Haryana, close bracket. Underline textile industry, exported. Next para, come down, 2nd largest, India. A lot of cheap and efficient labor. It's cheap understood. What's the word efficient there? Because cotton ball plucking, ginning, processing, there are various stages involved. Have you seen this charka of Bapuji? That was mainly introduced for this khadi. I mean, now we have hand looms as well as power looms. You know what is power looms? That entire process is through electrics. Okay. And come down. India is believed to be underlined that only that word, original home. I'm waiting here. Please read rubber. Go back to the last page. Check any questions on rubber and cotton. I'll give you the answer. Last page में वो उधर से लेते हैं. वो ठीक. Any question you find from rubber or cotton. So these are very important for us. Please fill that. What is the question name? Please everyone pick up page number क्या है? No, it's okay, it's okay. At least we found out. Na? Put that question in your notebook. Page number UT का क्या है? Everyone. Everyone write page 87 of UT. Question number 43. Answer is right, but no need to write the entire answer. You write climatic conditions of rubber or cotton. Cotton na? And abhi paragraph में जो mark किया उतना ही लिखो. Come on, quick. Meantime, I can bring the rubber as well as cotton. Only the climatic condition, short sentence. Don't write one word. Complete that. I'll get this both. First, I'll show you cotton. Don't sleep over. What happened? What happened? Huh? यार स्कूल से ही तो सुने हैं. क्या हो? Not well? Okay. So look here. First, it is cotton.
There are pieces of cotton cloth over 7,000 years old. Through the centuries, cotton fiber was traditionally processed by hand until the early 18th century, when the first automated processing machine was invented. Before cotton arrives at the textile mill to be spun into thread and woven into fabric, it makes the journey from field to bale. Cotton takes about 5 months to grow from a planted seed to a ripe plant. This harvesting machine, called a cotton picker, plucks fluffy seed cotton out of the plant's boll, leaving a trail of burrs and sticks behind. The machine empties the plucked cotton into a tractor-drawn buggy. This machine builds the seed cotton into a humongous rectangular block called a module. A truck transports the module to the processing plant, known as a cotton gin. Once the cotton arrives to the processing plant, sticks and burrs are removed, as well as any lingering debris and seeds. A truck dumps the module into a feeder, which moves the packed seed cotton into a dispenser. The ground seed cotton falls onto a conveyor belt, which leads to the hot box. The hot box mixes the seed cotton with hot air, which allows the moisture to evaporate, making the seed cotton easier to clean. A machine called the wide buster breaks up the clumps of seed cotton by tossing it against a screen. Loose debris falls through the screen openings down a narrow chute. Then the seed cotton moves through a machine called the steady flow, which divides it equally between two processing lines. On each line, the seed cotton enters a burr machine, which grabs the seed cotton with a circular saw and swings it against metal bars. The centrifugal force shakes off the heavier debris. The seed cotton exits the machine through one pipe and the debris through another. A large auger transfers the debris to a waste chute and out of the plant. The seed cotton is ready for the final stage of processing. A network of pipes feeds a row of machines called gin stands. The gin stand separates the seed from the fluffy stuff called the lint. Inside each stand are 116 circular saws, which are arranged horizontally, each separated by a steel rib. The saw teeth grab the seed cotton and pull the lint through the narrow gap between saw and rib. The seeds are too large to pass through, so it spins in front of the rib, then drops into a conveyor. The lint goes into a flue, which leads to the packing area. Cottonseed is sold as livestock feed, particularly for dairy cows. It contains 23% protein, 20% fat, and 25% fiber. Cottonseed is also milled into cottonseed oil, a cooking oil that's a common ingredient in salad dressings and mayonnaise. The cotton lint is now ready to be formed into bales. Pipes feed the loose lint to the press area. When it arrives, a pusher moves the lint into a machine called the tramper, which shoves it down into a bale-shaped box. Once the box reaches 500 pounds of cotton lint, a press compacts the lint and tie wraps the bale.
This is an American company.
Next, a conveyor moves the bale to a bagging machine and past grippers, which pull a sample from each side.
It takes a sample out.
While the bale slides into a protective plastic bag, the grippers deposit the sample into a bin. Technicians label the bale with an ID number, then open the bin to retrieve the corresponding sample. Then the sample is bagged and labeled with the bale ID number. The factory submits the sample to the United States Department of Agriculture, where it's analyzed for fiber length, cleanliness, color, and other criteria. Once the analysis is complete, the bale is given a grade and processed accordingly.
So India also we do it, but not so mechanized. See this rubber growing. You'll see this only. Regularly, they are cutting it every 2 days and white color liquid slabs. Yeah. Yes.
How did you look?
आपको रबड़ के इस प्रकार से पेड़ देखने को मिलेंगे जहां पर latex connect किया जाता है। अगर देखो रबड़ के बनने की प्रोसेस की हम बात करें, रबड़ कैसे बनता है। हेल्के नाम का एक ट्री होता है और इसमें इसके बाग यानी पेड़ की जो छाल होती है इससे लेटेक्स कलेक्ट किया जाता है। लेटेक्स मतलब व्हाइट कलर का एक मिल्की लिक्विड होता है, ये कलेक्ट किया जाता है। इसमें कुछ केमिकल्स ऐड किए जाते हैं जिसको कहा जाता है मस्टिकेशन। मस्टिकेशन के बाद कैलेंडरिंग होती है, कैलेंडरिंग में शेप दी जाती है रबड़ को, और उसके बाद सबसे इंपोर्टेंट जो प्रोसेस है वो होती है, उसको कहा जाता है वल्कनाइजेशन। वल्कनाइजेशन आपको पता है सल्फर ऐड किया जाता है और इससे रबड़ जो है बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग हो जाता है, बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग रबड़ हो जाता है, ताकि फिर बाद में ट्रांसपोर्टेशन के लिए मतलब टायर वगैरह बनाने के लिए इसका इस्तेमाल हो सके। और देखो रबड़ जो है ना हमारे देश में बहुत ज्यादा प्रोड्यूस होता है, मेनली तो केरला, कर्नाटक, तमिलनाडु यहाँ पे होता है। और उसका एक रीजन ये है रबड़ वहां पे प्रोड्यूस होता है जहां पे टेम्परेचर 25 डिग्री सेल्सियस से ज्यादा होता है और इस प्रकार के स्लोप्स हो। मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ, ये देखो ये स्लोप्स है यहाँ पे, और ये जो स्लोप्स हैं यहाँ पे जो प्लांटेशन होती है वहां वहीं पर रबड़ प्रोड्यूस होता है। और मेनली जो हमारे देश में रबड़ प्रोड्यूस होता है ना 50 से 70% तो देखो ये ऑटोमोबाइल सेक्टर में यूज हो जाता है, और उसके बाद कुछ दूसरे सेक्टर से जैसे कि टेक्सटाइल सेक्टर में भी यूज होता है। ये वैसे देखो नेचुरल तरीका है रबड़ बनाने का, जो ये हमने देखा लेटेक्स कलेक्ट करके लेटेक्स कलेक्ट करके जो रबड़ बनाया जाता है, ये नेचुरल तरीका है। इसके अलावा वैसे आर्टिफिशियल ढंग से भी रबड़ बनाया जा सकता है। और एक खास चीज इंडिया में देखो जो रबड़ बनता है ना बहुत अच्छी क्वालिटी का होता है, और फिर भी जो इंडिया की इंडस्ट्रीज हैं उन्हें ना रबड़ इंपोर्ट करना पड़ता है। क्यों? क्योंकि चूंकि इंडिया में जो रबड़ बनता है वो अच्छी क्वालिटी का होता है, इसलिए महंगा भी होता है। जबकि थाईलैंड, इंडोनेशिया, इन देशों में जो रबड़ बनता है ना वो रिलेटिवली सस्ता होता है, और वहां से हमारी इंडस्ट्रीज कुछ हद तक इन्फॉर्म करती है ताकि उनको कॉस्ट बेनिफिट हो, मतलब जो प्रोडक्ट फाइनली बन रहे हैं वो सस्ते बने। रबड़ को प्रमोट करने के लिए एक सरकार ने बोर्ड भी स्टैब्लिश किया है जो यहाँ से कुछ ही दूरी में कोटायम में है। और रबड़ वैसे देखो आमतौर पर ट्रॉपिकल रीजन्स में होती है, लेकिन अंडर स्पेशल कंडीशंस जो सब ट्रॉपिकल रीजन्स है वहां पे भी रबड़ को उगाया जा सकता है। टेम्परेचर की जैसे हमने बात की 25 डिग्री सेल्सियस से ज्यादा टेम्परेचर होना चाहिए और 200 सेंटीमीटर से ज्यादा रेनफॉल चाहिए। अभी भी यहाँ पे पूरा बारिश का मौसम है, और स्लोपी रीजन्स में ये रबड़ जो है वो प्रोड्यूस होता है। जहां भी आपको रबड़ की प्लांटेशन दिखेगी वहां पे आपको स्लोपी रीजन्स दिखेंगे, मतलब प्लेन एरियाज में रबड़ नहीं होगा। थैंक यू।
He is preparing for BPSC. You understand what is BPSC? I hope it is Bihar Public Service Board Commission. Like in Maharashtra, if you are doing exams, it is MPSC. Okay, so let's move ahead of that. There is one star mark give to cotton, star mark give it to rubber, and now we are going to the next important is jute. Okay, underline hot and humid, heavy rainfall, and 8 to 10 months. Number one, West Bengal under Kolkata likhna, that is the main state producing. Then close bracket in Odisha. Open bracket from making mats, carpets, bags, ropes, and exporter. Known as golden fiber of India. Put this question in your notebook. Now, before I give you why jute is known as the golden fiber of India. Why jute is known as the golden fiber of India. See this jute plantation first. Normal language, if you have seen, what do you call it? This gunny bags. You know what are gunny bags? That is jute. But jute ka bhi different variety hai, and we use it. Wait, I'll show you. I've shown you a video. This is jute.
India is the world's biggest producer of jute, followed by Bangladesh. Jute is primarily grown in West Bengal, Odisha, Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, and Andhra Pradesh. The jute industry in India is 150 years old. There are about 70 jute mills in the country, of which about 60 are in West Bengal along both the banks of River Hooghly. Jute production is a labor-intensive industry. It employs about 2 lakh workers in West Bengal alone and 4 lakh workers across the country. Jute is the only crop where earnings begin to trickle in way before the final harvest. The seeds are planted between April and May and harvested between July and August. The leaves can be sold in vegetable markets for nearly 2 months of the 4-month jute crop cycle. The tall hardy grass shoots up to 2.5 meters and each part of it has several uses. The outer layer of the stem produces the fiber that goes into making jute products. But the leaves can be cooked. The inner woody stems can be used to manufacture paper, and the roots, which are left in the ground after harvest, improve the yield of subsequent crops. Compared to rice, jute requires very little water and fertilizer. It is largely pest resistant, and its rapid growth spurt ensures that weeds don't stand a chance. To top it all, the monetary returns on jute are twice that of paddy. An acre of land produces approximately 9 quintals of fiber. Not only does this wonder crop bring home higher returns compared to most cash and food crops, but it is also a massive winner on the sustainability front. Jute is the second most abundant natural fiber in the world. It has high tensile strength, acoustic and thermal insulation, breathability, low extensibility, ease of blending with both synthetic and natural fibers, and anti-static properties. Jute can be used for insulation, replacing glass wool, geotextiles, activated carbon powder, wall coverings, flooring, garments, rugs, ropes, gunny bags, handicrafts, curtains, carpet backings, paper, sandals, carry bags, and furniture. A golden fiber revolution has long been called for by various committees, but the jute industry is in dire need of basic reform. Two major problems of the industry are obsolete processing technology and the lack of product diversification. The availability of quality raw jute and shrinking acreage on one hand, and the failure of most jute mills to modernize has left the sector dependent on government support like packaging reservations. Only a section of the industry has diversified into non-packaging segments. The Jute Packaging Materials Compulsory Use in Packing Commodities Act was enacted in 1987 to protect the jute sector from the plastic packaging segment. In October 2020, the government decided that 100% food grains and 20% sugar will be mandatorily packed in jute bags.
Write the answer. Why? Jute, when it is fully matured. Point number 1. Jute, when it is fully matured, appears golden brown in color. Appears golden brown in color. Second point, high value packaging material. high value packaging material. Next. Used for handicrafts. Used for handicrafts. Handicraft. Oh. So exported. Forex income. Dash exported. Forex income. Forex. Forex. Everyone knows what is Forex now? Foreign exchange. If you don't understand Forex, you write foreign exchange. Next. Next to cotton. Next to cotton. Jute employs maximum labor. Next to cotton, jute employs maximum labor. That's it. Come to page number 75. It is hot and humid. Did you underline? Heavy rainfall. Yeah, done. Huh? Then come to the last one, silk. Underline, obtained from cocoons. In biology, you might have heard. Well, I'll show the video also anyway. Underline, green leaves, especially mulberry. That is that leaves of a tree's name, is it? Karnataka and Kashmir. So, exported rearing of silk, underline. Sericulture. Look here. It looks a little bit ugly because of that worm, silkworm. But then think here, even in Kashmir we produce, yes. Even in Karnataka, which is the place. Huh? You might have heard about. Have you heard the place called Mysuru? Yes. Yes. That is the, देखा के उसके Silk City. कौन बोला नहीं को? ऐसे कहीं का प्राइस? These are the leaves, mulberry, on which it feeds. We the fruit of that particular thing of fish. Very good. that month. What did we experience? 18 minutes basically. You're wearing a protective gloves. Later will cut into pieces. Yes. अब देखा था बंद करना किधर किधर you want to oh my god so yeah and this is a short film. 'This is less in India, but more in Indonesia. The color one. 2,500 silkworms you need to kill. Some people who come and say we are pure, they are killing for silk. Okay, let's finish up this. Done. It is. ये अभी मैं only explain करता हूँ. After the break, I'll give notes. Only put the question in your note and wait for me. Explain the technological reforms and institutional reforms. Explain both technological and institutional reforms needed for agricultural sector. Instead of me explaining, you can just tell you what is heading. It is not getting erased properly. That is there. But you understand India being an agricultural country. Is today India's agriculture highly advanced? Yes. But was it after its independence? No. So the agricultural sector needed some reforms. The first reforms that you have written, technological. Just look into the volume and tell me what reforms are they talking about. Only read it. Silent voice. Yes. वो तो institutional में आएगा. ये जो institutional reforms है ना जहाँ volume में लिखा है उधर बाजू में डाल दो government reforms. Put that word institution के बाजू में government. Everyone. And then for technological, you write green revolution. As he said, green revolution. India was a country which had experienced famine. Which part of India had a famine? The most famous, Bengal. But you know what is a famine, by the way? What is a famine? Failure of crops. Simple. Either due to lack of water. So क्या रहेगा lack of water का मतलब drought or floods. But during that year, I can show you that pictures or videos of Bengal famine. Neither there was a flood nor there was a drought. फिर आया कैसे famine in India में? The Governor General of Bengal, he exported all the rice to London. Why? That was the time England was busy fighting in the Second World War. So the shortage was so bad. If you see pictures of Somalians today, you know, that skinny, thousands and thousands of people died. I mean, now we do not have such problem. Why? The first Prime Minister of India introduced that we should have some higher or a, we can say good support to the farmers. I mean, one day or one night it is not going to happen. हमारा जो green revolution हुआ, anybody knows the year? Which year? 6970. And India got independence in which year? 1947. So look, how much is the time gap? Because for ages, you and me were doing farming using a wooden plow. You know what is a wooden plow? Maybe 2 bullocks. To give a tractor to each farmer is not easy. Understand? The first reform that you'll be seeing, bullock carts were changed by who? Tractors. And if you see that Persian wheels, Purana movie mein dekha rahega drawing the well. And do we use Persian wheels everywhere? We generally use a motor pump. You know what is a motor pump? Which draws out of the water from the well. Then we can say harvester, thresher, say to bada hua. But then India wanted the farmers to get accustomed very quickly. Quickly with which reforms? Technological. But well before technological, as you were saying, there were zamindars in India. What these zamindars were doing with our farmers? Exploitation. Exploitation. A single zamindar might be having acres and acres of land. How about a normal farmer? He was a marginal farmer. You know what is a marginal? No farm. Not one or two. There might be many farmers who do not have a land of their own. So how did they earn income? They were working on zamindars. So if you remember Acharya Vinoba Bhave, ka naam aayega, hai na? There are many other reformers who doesn't want their own land. They were started donating the land. To whom? To the poor farmers. Abhi maine land to donate kar diya, and you are so poor, will you have the money to buy seeds? That was also trouble. So this entire 3 paragraphs that you have seen will talk about reforms in which sector? Which sector? Agricultural sector. Correct? Yeah, lecture ends by 5:15 only, na?
Yeah.
The papers were not for us. So what is this reforms and why do we need it? Why do you need it? Sir, agriculture was a mainstay. We not only produce food crops to our citizens, but also give work to whom? To the farmers. So technological will go very easy, but institutional reforms has 4 main headings which I'll be explaining in the second half. So under that question, where you have written technological reforms, write 2-3 lines. Then I'll give 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the reform that will be carried for your exam. Right. India, soon after independence, introduced reforms. India, soon after independence, introduced reforms